We at Sealaska are at the crossroads of Native culture and global business. We are faced with an extraordinary responsibility to provide economic benefits for our shareholders while never losing sight of the values instilled by our ancestors. The values of Ha'ani, our land, Hashagun, our past, present, and future, and Halatsin, our strength. In 2007, Sealaska directors adopted a new vision to reflect our values and responsibilities to our tribal member shareholders. Grow the company as a Native institution that maximizes its cultural capital by embedding Alaska Native values into its daily operations.
The vision statement, for me, that really means that you are going to work every day with your people in mind and contributing to the greater good, the benefit of the company, not just for the company's sake, but for the sake of our people and our way of life.
We are, as our elders would say in Tlingit, Woocheen, people working together. Sealaska is built on the traditional knowledge of 20,000 Tlingit, Haida, and Tsimshian tribal member shareholders. Our strategic investments and business ventures have earned profits and increased dividends for our shareholders. Dividends paid out in 2007 totaled $6.7 million. After these dividends were paid, the permanent fund closed the year with a balance of $106 million, a remarkable 13.2% return for the year.
Sealaska has seen tremendous returns from the permanent fund over the last 5 years. We just caution against expecting the same absolute return.
The permanent fund is impacted by the general economy, and we cannot expect the same returns in the future. Distributions paid to the original shareholders are based on earnings from operations, the permanent fund, and ANCSA Section 7I revenues. Under the ANCSA Section 7I revenue sharing agreement, all 12 regional corporations must share a portion of their natural resource revenue with each other. As of today, Sealaska has paid a total of $316 million to the other regional corporations, the most by any corporation since 7I revenue sharing began. Over the years, Sealaska has grown into a family of diverse companies. Sealaska's businesses are all diversity supply providers.
And as Alaska Native-owned organizations, we have certain, procurement opportunities within the federal government sector. On the commercial side, where we refer mostly to diversity, it's working with Fortune 500, Fortune 100 companies that have programs dedicated to buying goods and services from minority-owned organizations, which Sealaska qualifies as.
Sealaska's operations can be divided into 3 categories: manufacturing, services, and natural resources. Under the manufacturing tier, we have wholly owned subsidiary Synergy Systems. Located in Redmond, Washington, Synergy Systems has been one of the largest prototype and limited-run machine shops in the Northwest for more than 16 years. The award-winning company provides innovative manufacturing and product development services. Among its clients, Microsoft. Synergy worked closely with design teams at Microsoft to produce the prototype for the popular Xbox. The subsidiary also does work for Lockheed Martin, Nike, and Philips Medical. Boeing is another client. Synergy is proud to produce the lock on all Boeing 737 airplane hatch doors. Wholly owned Sealaska subsidiary Olympic Fabrication is based out of Shelton, Washington. Olympic Fabrication is a leading manufacturer of welded component and assemblies for the aerospace and nuclear industries. Olympic Fabrication's first full year under Sealaska's ownership has been a rebuilding year. The outlook for next year is positive as Olympic Fabrication revitalizes its operations, equipment, and customer relationships. Nipro Canuck rounds out Sealaska's manufacturing businesses. Nipro Canuck is a joint venture between Sealaska and Nipro, a global leader in plastics design and manufacturing. This powerful partnership is a supplier to Fortune 500 companies, such as Procter & Gamble. Nipro-Canuck operates 3 plants in Mexico, Iowa, and Alabama. These facilities provide solutions across a variety of sectors, including packaging, electronics, and healthcare. One example of their work, those plastic measuring caps found on detergent bottles. Sealaska's second segment of its businesses fall under services. Managed Business Solutions, or MBS, is located in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Since 1993, the company has maintained a 90% retention rate among its clients and sustained double-digit growth every year. MBS employs more than 300 technical professionals who provide IT solutions for companies in the U.S. and around the world. Sealaska Environmental Services was built from our foundation of natural resource management and our history of land stewardship. The wholly owned subsidiary is located in Seattle, Washington. SES provides environmental remediation, consulting, and management to both private and government entities. SES showed tremendous growth in 2007, and the company nearly doubled its total number of employees. Last year, Sealaska purchased a majority ownership in Kingston Environmental Services and its sister company, Kingston Supply Company. Kingston Environmental Services is based in Kansas City, Missouri. It offers a range of environmental management services, from indoor air quality testing to hazardous waste management. The company recently worked in post-Hurricane Katrina cleanup. Sealaska's third segment of its businesses fall under natural resources. Alaska Coastal Aggregates is a wholly owned Sealaska subsidiary. It is positioned to become a prime supplier of construction aggregate material for state, federal, and municipal projects in coastal Alaska. The Sealaska Timber Corporation, or STC, has been a driving force in the Southeast Alaska economy for nearly 3 decades. This wholly owned subsidiary is headquartered in Ketchikan, Alaska. STC was built on the harvesting and marketing of timber on Sealaska land. Today, STC is building on its heritage and creating innovative ways to generate new revenue in the changing timber industry through the founding of Sealaska Global Logistics and Sealaska Wood Products Solutions. In 2007, STC continued its diversification and generated 35% of its net income from new and expanded business activities. Among them, container shipment services, expansion of STC's marketing of non-ANCSA timber, and the marketing of wood products with a focus on certified sustainable production. As we adapt to change in the global marketplace while staying focused on our primary resource, our land, we are and have always been the stewards of our land. Sealaska's silviculture program is essential to the well-being of our land and our company's future profitability. With all of Sealaska's financial business success, we as Native people are still limited by ANCSA.
ANCSA is as much a living document that is responsive to who we are and what our needs are and what our aspirations are and what our vision is. We should assert ourselves in saying that it's time to change it in order to make it work better for us.
It has been more than 35 years since the passage of ANCSA, and Sealaska has not yet received conveyance of its full land entitlement. In 2007, Congressman Don Young introduced legislation known as Ha'ani to address this concern. Director Byron Mallott and CEO Chris McNeil went before Congress to testify on behalf of receiving the remaining 85,000 acres of land entitlements promised to our shareholders. Recently, members of our board and management were back in Washington, D.C. to track the bill's progress.
30 years after ANCSA, we're still waiting for our lands.
30 years is right. I think the choice is very clear. Either if you don't get this bill, then you have a right to select the lands that are some of the more valuable lands as far as environmental standing goes versus what you want to select. And the beauty of this bill, it settles all your land questions. And that's why we want to do it.
It is crucial this legislation is passed so Sealaska can continue its role as a positive economic force in Southeast Alaska. Our strong management team, devoted board members, and shareholders have made Sealaska what it is today, a profitable Native institution.
To be able to have the strength of the institutions to be able to forge a future for all of us. And I think that that's really a lot of what Sealaska is ultimately about. When you link all of that with our culture and the knowledge of our ancestors, I think that's really what Sealaska is.
We are Woocheen, people working together.